Well, hello, traders and investors. I'm LA Little, and this is your daily NeoTA wrap. We take a look at these markets. We're doing it from a neoclassical perspective, and that means each day we look at this market and ask ourselves, what happened today? What does it tell us about the coming ones? I do this show 4 times a week, every Monday through Thursday. It's broadcast every before 10 o'clock Eastern Time. It's archived on YouTube. It's under the channel LA Little. If you haven't subscribed and want to, just reach up in the right-hand corner and do so. Free and easy, folks. That's the way it works. We do have paid services. They are about as good as it gets, I think, in terms of price, in terms of content. You really should just come over here, hit the Get Started button, scroll down, and see what we have to offer. For as little as $15 a month, you can get unlimited access to almost all the tools. Well, actually, to all the tools and services that are out here. Totally unlimited access to everything. We don't just give you fish, we teach you how to fish. And if you really want to learn, or even if you want to just, fish along with us without understanding completely that's your business, we've started a new mentoring program. Got a lot of good stuff going on here, and I do welcome you to come take a look at it. As far as what happened today, is kind of what I told you I thought would happen, and that is this market can't hold price, period. You get going, and what do? You give it all back. And if you look at these markets today, what you're going to see is a downside action across the board, and that happened again after folks, you had to push up. So what does that mean? That means you leave long tails to the upside. That means you're going to try to go deeper to the downside. DAX gives up a half of its gain. Gold breaks out. Actually, GLD didn't. The gold stocks did on Sunday, and we made a big move ourselves in our portfolios as a result of that. Silver, big spike up, 3.5%, trying to play catch up. If you go to the other side of the world, the Nikkei is up tonight, was down last night. Oil was up 2.5%, and bonds were flat. Dollar also down again today, 0.25%. So you've got the dollar still under pressure. You got the commodities, at least the gold, the precious metals moving higher. The rest of the commodity space really didn't do that much in terms of what it did. It really was in the gold itself where you saw that kind of action. Let's take a look at the charts here. We'll start it with the S&P 500. And folks, we are toying with that big bar down. And what I'm talking about there, of course, is this big bar here. Bottom of that is quad witching. Bottom of that comes right into it today. Can't get up underneath it. It's trying. There's those long tails I talked about. You got them on Friday. You got them again today. This thing's getting ready to break, folks. You got a ledge sitting here. You got a bunch of stops probably sitting up underneath it. You're going to shoot back down the other way is the way it looks to me. Look at the NASDAQ. You have the same sort of ledge sitting there. If you look at the NDX, also the same ledge. And if you go to the Russell, right, you've got the same thing across all of them. They all want to break. They all have got tails to the top side, and they're all setting up for some sort of a break to the downside. If you look over at the sectors, you're going to see the same sort of tails in most of the cases. Here's the XLY with a little bit of a tail, but if you work your way back over to some of these others, like if I pop in here XLP, a little bit on the XLK there, you can see it here on the XLI. Thursday and Friday, same thing on all these charts. You're starting to get the move down. It's trying to press us to the downside. So I don't see much different there. If I look overseas, it doesn't look anything else is going on there that's different than here. What I wanted to show you, if I can pull it up here, is the OX markets. I want to bring up the dollar again because the dollar now is coming down into that big bar. If I bring it up here on the weekly, you can see it here. 2420 is the number. You got down as low as 24.29 a day. Looks to me like it's going to tag that bottom before this move is over, and that's probably going to provide the turnaround. USO, proxy for the WTI, another big spike up. They're pressing the shorts once again as they come into the meeting this Friday with the producers, promising to cap things. I told you about the silver market trying to play catch up. Big spike today. If you weren't in it on Friday, we got in last week on some moves. I told people we had multiple swing point breakouts, and we were going to get carry through today. Carry through we got. You see it here. You see gold spiking higher as well, going into the top of the swing point high. And really the breakout, though, was on the gold stocks. You break multiple swing point highs. 1, 2 there. Bring it down the weekly. You break it here. Folks, when you get it on multiple time frames, you typically get follow through. And if you're playing the markets, you're looking for the best odds, and the best odds for a breakout is in that case. If you look at the euro is toying with the high, can't get over it. Looks to me like the euro is going to try to come back in some. If it does, that may help their markets finally. You got Draghi coming up on Thursday. So it looks to me like this U.S. market finally setting up a ledge, two tails to the top. This thing wants to go down. I expect it to try to do that tomorrow. It is earnings season as well. Most of the financials this week, the big caps, those are the ones that usually do the best. If they can't boost this market, then I do think we're going to get some selling. Have yourself a great night. Thanks for joining me. Come join me on the site. Become a member. Get all the benefits of being a member. And if you really want to learn neoclassical and how I read these charts, it's the best way to do it, and it's probably the most cost-effective way as well. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Good night.